Hello, hello, hey, Euro Maestro, what's up, buddy? All the way in London, hey, Ken, Sherry Ray, 7-7, Sherry, my girl. You guys are hopping on. Mustafa, Brian, E.T. Wiskowski? I can't say your name. I apologize. Guys, this is going to be a really good, informative show. This is like the holy grail of filmmakers. Hey, kick pan. Oh, you're in Paris now. My bad. I apologize. People are in Paris watching right now. Very nice, very nice. Anna from the UK. Hey, Anna. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? Lee Wallace, welcome. Welcome to the show. Hey, guys, make sure you swipe right and invite, because if you have any friends or followers who may want to know this is something that they don't want to miss. Frivas. I can't even read that. I apologize, guys. Yeah. Anyway, I'll give you guys a few more seconds to jump on this broadcast. We're going to get right into it. As you guys all know, Periscope is very new, so it may freeze up. I apologize now, but don't fret. It'll upload for replay after I'm done. So if anything you might have missed, you'll be good to go. By the way, those on the web, you can engage. You got to go to periscope.tv. Get the app today. Follow your boy at #1, Justice, #4, All. That being said, you guys, this will be a very short show because my guest, he's super duper busy. His name is Chris Brown, guys. He's a film financier. The guy, he's taken Hollywood by storm in the last couple of years. He's got a couple films that are in Cannes right now. Make sure if I'm incorrect, correct me please, Chris. He has Tale of Love and Darkness with Natalie Portman. That's at Cannes right now. He's got Selfless coming out with Ryan Reynolds and Sir Ben Kingsley. And he has Sinister 2 also coming out. And they have an MTV show they're doing that he's doing called Chronicles of, help me? Danara. Chronicles of Danara?
Shannara.
Oh, Shannara. Chronicles of Shannara. And that's through Geisler Graphics, which he also owns. Hello from Maryland. Hey. Welcome. Well, that being said, guys, I'm going to get right to it. So this is Chris Brown, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Chris, how you doing, sir?
Nice to see you.
Welcome to the Inside Truth.
Good. Thank you.
I know you're very busy, but I'm so glad you took the time out of your busy schedule to talk to my viewers, because you are someone that everyone wants to meet and never has access to. So that's why this interview is so awesome. Thank you so much. You're getting hearts right now, as a matter of fact. Nice.
Yay. Thank you.
So let's just get right into it. Tell us who you are and what you do, which is, it's obvious, but let's.
Well, my name is Chris Brown. Christopher Sean Brown is my name on IMDb. I am a film financier, first of all, but the films that you mentioned, Selfless and Chronicles of Shannara and Natalie Portman show, we do the visual effects on that, so that's a secondary. We're not producing those. I want to make sure everybody knows that. We're the special effects or the visual effects on that. But yeah, I produce my films through Alta Vista Productions for like the Stars Network and things like that.
Got you. So what company, so you own Alta Vista? Is that what you just said?
I should also tell you that I am one of the owners of Geisler Graphics. Eric Geisler, who is also with me, probably takes umbrage to the fact that you said I'm the owner with his name on it.
I apologize. You got partners. Yes, I apologize.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. Why did you get into film financing?
Well, I was out of the business. I was in the business about 30 years ago, and I got into a different business and was lucky enough to be quite successful at that. So about 3 years ago, I decided to get back into the film business, and I was blessed to be able to be involved with a lot of nice people. And we've done some smaller budgeted films. We're now slated to do larger ones, but we've been successful with the smaller Stars Network shows. So we've been very blessed with that.
Now, I want to tell you, your camera is kind of moving down again. Could you? Perfect.
Yeah, I never said I was a DP. That's not one of my best. I hire them, but I'm not one.
So what qualifies one to be a film financier?
Well, money, number one, but most importantly, it's an ability to look at the projects that can actually be successful. So if you're out there and you're planning on doing something, the most important thing is just do it. With the advent of video cameras now and the red cam and things like that, most people can actually get out there and do a full feature-length film for sometimes under $100,000. It just depends. So if you have an ability and you have an idea of what you want, it's a lot easier nowadays to get a film completely financed very inexpensively. And even if you don't do that, if you do 10 minutes of a show, you can get a lot more people interested with that. So if you think you have the ability to do that, I tell everybody, get out there and try and do 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It makes a difference to a lot of people out there who can visually see what your vision is.
So it's almost like doing a sizzle reel, is what you're saying, in a sense.
Well, yeah, it is, but sometimes you can really, a sizzle reel is usually 2 minutes. And in this case, sometimes people want to see more than that. And they want to see what your abilities are. If you think you're a filmmaker, that's important. And a sizzle reel is great, and you can always cut whatever you have down to that. But sometimes you want to get 10 minutes in there and be able to show it, especially to show what your talents are.
What key components do you require when you consider funding a film?
Well, it sounds trite and it sounds like it's overused, but the truth is, if it's a good idea, it'll show up on camera. And that's the critical thing. If it's a good idea, it'll always find somebody who's interested in funding something like that. It's got to be new. It can't be something that's the rehash of something else. And that's what a lot of people make a mistake of. They'll say, oh, okay, Game of Thrones is great. Let me do Game of Thrones again. And there's a lot of those out there. So whatever you think you have as a new idea, come up with that. And sometimes you're going to get people to buy into that.
So let's say my viewers has, hi, LaDon. Welcome, LaDon. Let's say let's say LaDon has a film project. She has a script, I guess she wrote, let's say. How would she prepare it properly to submit to a film financier so it's looked at seriously?
Well, usually it will go, you want to find somebody, people are always afraid of being sued. They're always afraid of giving you something unsolicited. So if it's completely unsolicited to somebody that we don't know, it'll never get to me. It'll never get to Eric. It'll never get to anybody because they're afraid that whatever idea you might have, which is brilliant and it's your idea, they'll feel that if there's anything they come up with totally different or totally, the same, but totally on their own, and you come up with it on your own, well, then they're going to say, that was my idea. So usually people won't even open up anything, a script, whatever it may be. So I would say, first of all, if you have film on something, find somebody in Hollywood who at least can represent you, that has an ability to do that, and that'll usually get to me.
So
that's people sometimes too.
So basically, you get all your materials from agents or managers,
or we come up with it on our own. What we've done at Alta Vista and Geisler Graphics is we're kind of like a studio without walls. So sometimes we'll come up with something on our own. We have connections with studios. We have connections with post houses, or different post houses, people that do practical effects, things we don't do. And we have strategic partnerships. That's pretty much the way things are going now, is a strategic partnership when you're doing something that's not a studio picture. And there's a lot of opportunity now because of all the venues of companies that are looking for things like that, So, I mean, you've got Hulu and you've got Netflix. You've got all sorts of people doing all sorts of different things. Everybody is looking for content, number one, but they're definitely looking for good content. And you'd be surprised at what people think is good content really isn't. And it's got to be about the story.
So
I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So
you don't require talent attached to a project or distribution attached to, let's say.
Sometimes it depends on whether or not, if something comes to us and we might have somebody who we can get interested in talent that might be interested in that. And it's always a business proposition. There's the chicken and the egg. Sometimes you can't get financing without talent attached. Talent won't attach without financing. So sometimes you catch lightning in a bottle and you can turn around and have somebody say, okay, I'm really, really interested in that. And sometimes The larger actors and stars, they have pet projects that they would like to do, but they're not going to get $50 million funding for that, and they understand that. So sometimes they may attach themselves if it's a project they particularly like.
What are your budget ranges that you look at and consider?
$750,000 to $15 million, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Got it. Very, very nice. So my viewers that are watching right now, let's say someone out there right now has like a new idea. It's something that you maybe want to see. How could they maybe email me the material and I looked at it, or?
Well, I know you, so yeah, obviously, if indeed you can get get them to sign off on being able to show it to me, yes, Justice, I'd be happy to look at it if it came to you.
Got it. I think you have pretty much. You're welcome, LaDon. You're getting a lot of hearts right now too. I want to tell you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the hearts.
So, I think you've answered all my questions. Is there any questions from my viewers? Does anyone have any questions hey, now is the time to ask the man, because you probably will never see him again.
You never know.
Well, yeah.
I hope to.
Don't be shy, guys. Well, I think I've asked you all the good key questions is what it is. So I believe everyone is good. So, okay, what is a typical, LaDon has asked, what is a typical response turnaround time? It's a good question.
Oh, that's a good question. I would say probably 30 days. If they really like it or I really like it or something, we'll get some response back to you within 30 days if it's something we want to take a little bit further. Now, remember, taking something further does not mean it's going to get made. It just means there's interest. And if there's interest there, then you go to the next step. It's not just saying, okay, great, let's fund this, let's do it. In a lot of cases, it's the first step to getting something made.
Oh, so what is the overall process of getting? You like it? It takes you 30 days. You love it. You take the next steps. What is the timeline of getting a movie funded and greenlit?
Boy, it's all over the map. I would say some things get greenlit in a couple of months. Some things take a year. It just depends on how big of a deal it really is. And it's not necessarily just money. It's whether or not you can get the right team together. And the teams that we deal with are we're blessed on the fact that a lot of them are very, very successful working professionals. So it's like trying to get a star for something. They may love it, but if they're set up for the next 18 months, then you're not going to make the film if you want that actor for a period of time. So it just really depends on several different factors, but that's one of the big ones, or the director for that matter.
What if I had a project that had a director attached, a writer attached, and cast attached? Do you look at those type of projects too?
Yeah, all the time.
Is there any requirements that you have? I guess the budget and whatever, the genre and budget obviously are factors to you.
Well, genre is important, especially with the smaller budgeted films. They got to be genre pictures because that's what the places buy. I mean, places like Starz and HBO and things like that will buy genre pictures because they're easier to sell. And it's got to be what you want to be able to do is follow these rules. If it has action, if it has horror, if it has women in peril, those are three big tenets. So if you have things like that, you have a better opportunity than if you're trying to sell a comedy that has no international value. Because a lot of places want to deal with the fact that they want the whole world to look at it. It makes it much easier to get your money back. So if indeed it's something that can be, like the couple of pictures I've done, we've done things with a hurricane, and we've done something with meteors and things like that. That's universal, so people are interested in that. It's usually pretty hard to sell a straight comedy, an American comedy, because it's not the world's laugh bone, or whatever you want to say, is not necessarily the same as America.
Now, what about someone asked national historical dramas? I think was asked.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think I missed the question. I think it said historical drama, or Ask the question again, please. I apologize. I missed the question. Fiction, historical fiction.
Depends on the history. If indeed it's if it's an American history thing like the American Revolution, it's primarily of interest to the U.S. market. If it's something about, like say Marco Polo or something like that, you might find a lot more interest. It depends on what history period and what history you're talking about. Plus, historical dramas tend to be very expensive.
Got you. Wow. Well, is there any more questions out there, guys? Because we're going to wrap this up in like 45 to 60 seconds. Those who are just joining in, welcome. My name is Justice. That's not me you're seeing. You're seeing Chris Brown. This is the Inside Truth. If you've missed any portion of this show, don't worry. It'll be uploaded for replay, guys. They're saying thank you. Sherry Ray 77 says thank you.
Thank you.
C. Allen Black will watch on replay. He's an attorney out of London, as a matter of fact. How you doing, buddy?
Great.
Yeah. Chris Brown, you are wonderful for sharing, says LaDon.
Oh, great. Thank you.
The attorneys would lead, as a matter of fact, in the UK. Okay. Welcome to my broadcast, Alan. Good to see you again. They're saying, you're getting more hearts, and they're saying valuable info. Yes. Yes, it is. Well, can you give us, I always like to give my viewers some realistic, hard-hitting advice. These filmmakers that are out there watching you right now, what can you tell them to really give them, I guess, an extra edge on the competition?
Get something on tape. Get your idea on tape so that it's visual. There's a lot of excellent scripts out there, but that necessitates either a script reader or somebody taking their time to read 110 pages or whatever it may be, and that takes a long period of time. So you want an excellent log line followed with some video on your idea, and if you can get that, that'll put you ahead of most people who are just coming up with a script.
Fantastic. Those who joined, hey, they said spot on to you. C. Allen said spot on. LaDon says fabulous. Cox Sparrow, you just joined. Those who just joined, those on the web, you got to go to Periscope.tv to get the app. Those who have just jumped on, who have Periscope, and you've missed all this, don't fret. It'll upload for replay right after this. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you, Chris, because this is a big deal. So if you guys have anything, you can get it to me. You know what? Let me give you guys, the viewers, my email address. That's what I'll do. I'll be nice. Let me get my email address. Excellent info, huge deal. Oh, I know it. Let me get my email for you guys to do a screenshot. And let's see. There we go. Okay, here we go. I'll give you guys a screenshot right now. Nice hat, Justice. Get a screenshot of my email address. There it is. If you have a feature film, not a short film, if you have a feature film that's good, send it to me right here, please. Did you guys get it? All right, guys. Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad you guys came. On my next, The Inside Truth. Actually, I won't tell you who it is, but it's an actress from a very big show. But once she confirms, then I'll tell you guys. Huge appreciation. You're welcome. My pleasure. So you guys, thanks for the hearts. It'll be uploaded shortly. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you on my morning motivation tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.